Types of nonverbal communication you should understand. Do you know that there is a way of communicRion without using words? Maybe you see someone giving you the signs through body language or face expressions to say something to you. Yes, that's the nonverbal communication. According to many researches, it was found that with 80% of what we communicate involving our actions and gestures versus only 20% being conveyed with the use of words. In this life, we found nonverbal communication on our daily basis delivered by our partner, coworker, family, and other people. So understanding about nonverbal communication is very essential. In this video, we are going to know what is nonverbal communication and the types. What is nonverbal communication? Nonverbal communication is the act of conveying information without the use of words. So people who convey the communication with expression, hand gesture that creates specific point, or the use of eye contact, physical proximity, and other nonverbal cues in order to get the message across, they are doing nonverbal communication. In fact, we respond to thousands of nonverbal communication through cues and behavior. It also includes eye gazes, gestures, tone of voices, and facial expressions. Then, nonverbal communication will reveal who we are and affect and how we relate to another. Types of nonverbal communication. There was a specific research about nonverbal communication and behavior, began with the 1872 publication of Charles Darwin's The Expression of the Emotions in Man and Animals. There were abundant of researches after that related to this unspoken communication and behavior. So according to research, here are several types of nonverbal communication that you should know so you can understand. 1. Facial expressions. Facial expression is a very common nonverbal communication to convey a message to someone. For example, we convey information through smile or a frown. How much time in a day we do that? Even we can know what they are going to say before we hear the message from their mouth just by looking at the facial expression. Nonverbal communication will vary across cultures, but the facial expression of sadness, anger, happiness, and fear are the same throughout the world. 2. Gestures. When people do movement in their body for giving signals, it's the way of nonverbal communication. The common gestures are thumbs up sign, waving, pointing, and other gesture associated to culture. For example, in the US, putting the index and middle finger in the shape of a V with your palm facing out is often considered to be a sign of peace or victory. Yet, in Britain, Australia, and other parts of the world, this gesture can be considered an insult. This type of verbal communication is very powerful in long situations. For instance, an attorney that glanced to their watch to suggest that the lawyer and opposite are making tedious arguments. There are still lots of examples of facial expression that create powerful effect in life. 3. Paralinguistics. According to experts, paralinguistics refers to vocal communication that is separate from actual language. It includes loudness, pitch, tone of voice, and something like that. Tone of voice has the powerful effect in conveying the meaning of message. Different tone of voice will give different interpretation and statement. Even if it's the same words, the meaning would be different if it's delivered with different tone of voice. 4. Body language and posture. Research on body language is developed significantly since the 1970s. Since that year, popular media was focusing on the overinterpretation of defensive postures such as arm crossing and leg crossing, especially after the publication of Julius Fast's book Body Language. Body language and posture movement also give great influence of conveying information. It can indicate attitude and feelings. Also, research find that body language is way more subtle and less definitive than what we believed previously. 5. Proxemics. Proxemics is another type of popular non-verbal communication by making personal space with others. It is also very important communication that will indicate how close we are with someone, and become indications of our attitude and culture. The amount of personal space that we need to have casual conversation is between 18 inches and 4 feet. Meanwhile, the space you need to do conversation in the middle of crowd is around 10 to 12 feet. The amount of distance we create is influenced by several factors including social norms, cultural expectations, situational factors, personality characteristics, and level of familiarity. 6. Eye gaze. Our eyes has very important role in conveying message to other people. Staring, looking, blinking, have the important cues that contain messages. For instance, when you see things or people you like, your pupil's dilate and rate of blinking increases. Our eyes indicate the range of our emotions, including interest, attraction, and hostility. Moreover, our eyes also will show that we are honest or genuine. The steady eye contact also becomes the sign that person is telling the truth. Meanwhile, the shifty eyes or inability to maintain eye contact is the indicator that someone is lying or deceptive. 7. Haptics. Haptics are considered as the important non-verbal communication behavior. Haptic are the way to convey message and show affection, sympathy, familiarity, and other kind of emotions. According to Julia Wood in her book, Interpersonal Communication, Everyday Encounters, she writes that touch is also oftenest to communicate both status and power. High-status individuals tend to invade other people's personal space with greater frequency and intensity than lower-status individuals. Meanwhile, Harry Harlow's classic monkey study demonstrated how deprived touch and contact impedes development as baby monkeys raised by wire mothers experienced permanent deficits in behavior and social interaction. 8. Appearance. Do you know that our appearance also can be the way we convey messages without saying anything? The way we clothe, style our hair, and do makeup is also considered as nonverbal communication. Research suggests that different colors can evoke different moods. Appearance can also alter physiological reactions, judgments, and interpretations. Our appearance can make first impression. So it's very important to consider very well our appearance when we are going to do interview for job, or in our first date. The way we look says something to other people. According to research, appearance can even play a role in how much people earn. 1996 study found that attorneys who were rated as more attractive than their peers earned nearly 15% more than those ranked as less attractive. Moreover, appearance influences on people's judgment regarding culture, social status, health, wealth, and our belief. 9. Artifacts. Do you know that objects and images are also powerful tools that can be used to communicate nonverbally? An avatar that represent you that you share in social media can speak who are you, and things you like. It represents your identity. That's why people often spend time great deal in developing certain image to convey information about them. It's also the same with when you use uniform to say about your occupation or institution. That's WHT. This kind of non-verbal communication is very essential and powerful because it can express many important informations about you through the image you create. So other people will know who you are even without saying anything.